Hello, and welcome to the third episode of the Moonshine Stitches podcast. My name is Sydney, and this is a YouTube channel where I talk about the things I'm knitting and crocheting and just generally crafting, mostly yarn crafts. Any social medias I have are linked below, along with my Ravelry. I don't use social media very often, but they're linked below nonetheless. And I'm just going to jump into it. It is like 7:30 p.m. I'm recording very late. I tried to record earlier in the day while my daughter was napping, like I usually do. But there is construction going on in the front of our house, so recording inside was like not an option. So I came back here to record, but the noise was just as bad. Plus, the sun came out for the first time all freaking day, so the lighting was awful. Then my neighbor started mowing his lawn, and I was just like, this isn't gonna happen right now. I'm gonna have to try this again later. So yeah, I just put the baby to bed. My older daughter is literally behind the camera right now reading her library books. So if I looked to the side at all, it's because I am looking at her. And we're probably gonna go for like a night swim after this. So I'm just gonna jump right in so we could get to that. I do have 3 finished objects today. The first of which I think you can see is my Rift Tee by Jack Cieslak. This is knit out of Barocco Remix Light, which is like some amalgamation of like recycled materials, which gives it this like, oh my gosh, I have an unwoven end that I'm just gonna tuck in there, and you're gonna pretend you didn't see that. But anyway, this yarn has like cotton, linen, like recycled polyester, and acrylic. It's just a bunch of really cool, like, what is going on here? I don't know. But it's really cute. I'm going to stand up a little bit. So, can you still see it, Cease? In the camera? Okay. You can see it has like this really cool, like, it almost looks like tweed look to it with all the different fibers. And I love this. It is a not super loose gauge, but like loose enough that it's like airy. I almost wasn't sure if I would be able to wear like the bra I'm wearing right now because it's blue, and I was afraid you would be able to see it through it, but I think it's okay. The one time I've worn this since finishing it, I had like a dress underneath, so I wasn't too worried about it, but it is like 80 degrees outside right now and super humid, and there's no way I was like layering up right now. What did I have to say about this? I knit the size 3, which is a 48-inch bust, but for some reason it didn't, like, my gauge was fine when I did my gauge swatch, but this came out like quite a bit smaller. It's more like maybe 44 inches bust. I think that's what it was. So it was a bit smaller, but I'm not upset about it. I wish I knit it a little bit longer because it comes like right above my belly button here. I'm not gonna like pull down my pants to show you, but like I could have knit it like a little bit longer, but you know, I always do this with bottom up tees. I always do them like a little bit too short. I have to keep that in mind next time I make something. I thought it would grow a bit, but it did not. I used a size 8 needle, which is a 5mm, and oh my gosh, there's a bug above my head. These are the perils of recording outside, I guess. I ended up using just a little over two, not two skeins, a little over one skein. It was like one and like maybe 20 grams of the other skein. So I had more than enough to lengthen this, but I'm not about to rip it out and do all that. One other thing that I changed is the neckline, which it's not even like a big change. The neckline is just had you pick up and immediately bind off a stitch. Instead, I did a crochet slip stitch around the collar, which was easier for me, and it looks exactly the same. So I am extremely pleased with this. I could see me getting a ton of wear out of it. Like I said, I've already worn it. We went to New York last week, which is part of the reason why I am recording this a week late. And I wore it was really, really hot also. I probably shouldn't have worn it, but I did, and it was fine. But I love it. It's cute. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I would absolutely knit this again. The second finished object I have is the Picot Bandana by the Turtle Tank. And I didn't show this to you last time because I started and finished it in that 3-week time period. I think it took like, I had this on like on the hook less than a week. This is a crochet pattern. I paid for the pattern, but I am like 80% sure she also has it as a free like blog post. I will link both down in the description there. But it has this like super cute texture with some like little bobblies. These were a stitch I have never done before called a Picot single crochet, and they just look like little baubles, and I love it. This pattern called for worsted weight yarn, but I used a fingering weight. This is Emma's Yarn Super Silky, which is a 80% merino, 20% silk. It just has this like really pretty luster to it. This is the colorway Kale. I think I showed this to you last week when I was talking about the fairy garden wall hanging. And I was like, I don't really want to use this because I can make something nice out of it. And I did. It's so cute. I'm going to put this on actually because I think it would look really cute with this outfit. Like I said, I used a fingering weight yarn and I just kind of did some repeats until it reached the size of the largest, I'm pretty sure, like 20 inches. There were 3 sizes in the pattern, a small, a medium, a large. I knit to the largest size, crocheted to the largest size. And that took about 7 repeats. And then I did the border and the ties, and it worked out. I did use a 4mm hook, which is a G, I believe. And it's just super cute. I love it. It's super hard to get any good finished object pictures of this because I try to take them myself because I get like self-conscious when I'm like asking my husband to come out back with me and take pictures. But I think I got a couple good pictures. It's very cute. I could see myself making a couple of these. My daughter really liked it too, right? You wanted one? What color? Blue? I can make that happen. So I'll make another one in blue. And that is that on that. The third finished object I have is something I made like super quickly last night. Some backstory on this before I get into it. Uh, Tara, Tara Briggs of Tara Loves Crochet on Instagram. I've tested a couple patterns for her in the past, and she posted a Aldi quarter like saver in her stories that she like made super quick, and I was like, oh my god, that's amazing. My husband is super territorial over his Aldi quarter. Oh, maybe I should tell you what an Aldi quarter is. So Aldi is a grocery store chain. I think like across the U.S., but I'm in Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania, and there's like a ton of them around here. And they're shopping carts. You put a quarter in it, and they all like latch together. And when you put the quarter in, it unlatches it from the other cart, and it just keeps you from like leaving it in the middle of the parking lot or whatever. So this, she posted her Aldi quarter saver that she just like free-handed, and I messaged her. I was like, oh my god, my husband needs one of these. And she messaged me back with like a quick tutorial of what she did, and I was like, I'm gonna make one right now. This took maybe 15 minutes, and I'm not gonna give you like too many details because I think she's writing up like a free pattern for her blog. But it's so cute. Look, the quarter goes in the little pocket, and then whoop, this, like, I put it on my husband's like keys, but you could put it on your bag and it just stays on. How cute. I'm probably gonna make another one of these for my mom because she is also an Aldi frequent shopper. I used Paintbox DK cotton. I don't know the colorway. It was just something in my stash. Used very, very little yardage, and I don't know what size hook. I think a 3.75 F hook. It's the pink one in the Clover Amours. Yeah, how cute. That's it. That is all of my finished objects. Let's get into whips. I only worked on 2 other things since the last time we spoke. I did not touch my mosaic cardigan. I did not touch my husband's socks. I did not touch the fairy garden wall hanging, and I didn't work on the graphite mandala again. I did, however, let's see, I think they're in here, finish a sock. I finished one of my Good Luck Babe socks. Let me see if I could show you. I really need to get like sock blockers, but this is the pattern, and it's just like a broken 2x2 rib. The yarn I am using is Nomadic Yarns Tweedy Sock. Neon Tweed, sorry, Neon Tweedy, in the colorway Good Luck Babe. And then the heel and the toe, this orangey color, that is Toad Hollow. It's like an 80-20 base. I cannot tell you the color name because I forget, and I have lost the label. It's something like Pumpkin Jack or Jack Pumpkinhead, something along those lines. But it's a cute little pastel-y orange that matched the orange stripe in this, like, pretty much to a T. It's beautiful. Let me tell you a little bit about my normal sock recipes. This like when I'm making like any socks for me, I cast on 64 stitches. I do almost always 20 rounds of 2x2 rib, and then whatever is happening in the leg. My heels are almost always a shadow wrap heel. I learned how to do this from a tutorial from Earth Tones Girl here on YouTube. I think she has like a free YouTube tutorial and a paid pattern. I just did the YouTube, and it's very similar to the Fish Let's Kiss heel, but I prefer the fit of this better. And then the toe I do is a like modified round toe. You could see like the decreases in this. It's modified because usually a round toe you decrease until you have 8 stitches total, and then it like comes out to like a little pinhole, but I don't like how that fits, so I decrease until I have 8 stitches on each needle, and then I Kitchener it off. I could write up how I do that and post it maybe on like Ravelry, if anybody is interested, but I just really like how that fits. But yeah, cute. And then I started the second sock. Didn't make much progress, but it has started, and I almost have a pair of socks, so yay. Yep. Oh, sorry. For these, I used a size 1.5. No, that's a lie. A size 1, 2mm needle. I always get mixed up. And that's what I usually use for socks for myself, because that's how it goes. The other thing I worked on since the last time we spoke was Carlie's socks. I am using Lang Yarns Super Socks in the colorway Europe. Yes, the colorway Europe. And I made some really, really good progress on these. Last time we spoke, these were chilling out on some needles because my cable broke. Ugh, I didn't put my end cap on. I have since replaced the cable, and I was able to finish the heel and do a lot of the foot. Here we go. Sorry. Playing with that. Take a good look. I am using a size 1.5 needle, which is a 2.5mm. I cast on, like usual, 64 stitches, 20 round cuff, or 20 row cuff, and then these are just a 3x1 ribbed pattern. Hopefully, next time we speak, I will have one full sock on that pair too. That's it. I did the shadow wrap heel on that one too. I don't know if I said that. I'm looking at maybe trying a different heel because I don't know if like my feet are just changing, but it's just not fitting me like it used to. I really hate doing a heel flap and gusset, but they do fit pretty well. I just really, really don't want to do it. So I'm looking at other options for heels. If you have any suggestions, please drop them down below and I could try them out. But yeah, that is everything I have finished, everything I have worked on. I do have some like yarn mail / purchases that I'd like to show you. The first of which is this. Let me just get these out. Benton. Okay. I was trying to remember where I got these from. I didn't actually purchase these. Okay, so some backstory before we get into it. My husband and older daughter, really like hiking, and they went on a really long one, like one of the longest so far for at least, she is 8 years. Oh my God, yeah, she is 8 years old. She's staring at me, judging me for forgetting her age for 2 seconds there. But she's just starting to get into like the really like strenuous hikes. So they did, what was it? Hickory Run? What was it? Ricketts Glen State Park. They did the Falls Trail, and it was like a 4-mile hike up and down like stairs carved into the side of the mountain, and it was like a really nice hike. But afterwards, when they were driving home, they saw a sign for an alpaca farm, and my husband made the detour, called me, and was like, look at this. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. We need to go out there. And he brought home these yarns for me. The farm is called, well, the little shop on the farm is called Falls Edge Boutique. They are located in Benton, PA, obviously near Ricketts Glen State Park. And these are all 100% alpaca. I think this sport weight is like a baby alpaca, possibly. No, just 100% alpaca. There are about 200 yards in this, and it's a sport weight. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. This one is just like a really nice like tonal purple. So pretty. And this one is like purple and teal. And it's just really pretty. The other ones are a DK weight. And how many yards in this? I think 150 in both of these. This one is a little bit scratchier or pickier. I'm a little bit sensitive than the sport weight, but they are absolutely gorgeous. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them yet. I think I want to pair this with something, maybe like a really dark purple and like DK weight, if I could find it. I think that would look really nice in like some kind of shawl or something. Or maybe this could be like the color work in something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But it's gorgeous. I love them. And then the second thing I have purchased, where's the other part of this? I could not resist this sock set from Apothecary Fiber Co. This is the colorway Gloomwood, and I think this little guy is possibly ectoplasm. It doesn't have it on the label here. This is an 80-20 superwash merino and nylon base. Oh my goodness. Woo! Hope they're okay. But it's so pretty. Look at that. I don't think I'm going to make socks out of this. I think it'll possibly be like a shawlette. Maybe I'll pair it with something. I'm going to take that off so you can see all of the colors in this. Look how good that looks with the yellowy in there and the ectoplasm. And then I also purchased a set of stitch markers from her. This was from her Tavern Brew collection. They are Twin Mountain handcrafts, and they're this really cool, like, iridescent like acrylic thing, but they're really cute. I haven't purchased new stitch markers in forever, and she was having a sale, so I was like, might as well. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna wrap up. Goals from last week. I wanted to fix my mosaic cardigan. Did not happen. Did not touch it. We'll probably get to it this week sometime. I wanted to finish one sock. Did that. Yay. I wanted to finish the body of my ripped tee. Done. Good job. 4, I wanted to finish my set of can cozies. That project was entirely scrapped. I did like half of one and said, no, thank you. I did not like doing it. So that was completely just scrapped. And I will not be making those. Frogged. Goals for next time. I want to fix my mosaic cardigan. I want to fix that colorwork chart and join it again for the body. And 2, I want to get some socks off the needles. I want to clear some needles to prepare for Sock Week, which is a little like challenge make-along that Nitty Natty does every year. The goal is to knit one sock in a week. I've participated the last like 3 out of the past 5 years. Last year I didn't because I had a new baby, and then the year before that I didn't do it because I was really sick and pregnant. So I want to get back on board this year. That is the 20th through the 27th. I will hopefully be recording like right in the middle of that week so you could see my progress. My plan is to make a full pair of shorties. I've been able to do that in the past. I don't know if I'll be able to do it now with the like speed at which I knit at the moment. But if I like drop everything else, it could be attainable. At the very least, I would like to do one sock, so that'd be nice. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up then because it's getting a little bit loud out here and we are losing daylight. And my kids really want to swim, and I don't want to deprive them of that. So thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry for the little bit of different scenery. But hey, that's life. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again in a couple weeks, and bye.